Hello and welcome to another video here on the channel with me, Arne Hoschenbeer. Today we're diving into MARDU midrange of all things. The Japan Open... Excuse me, oh my god, what was that? The Japan Open just took place. 750 players competed against each other in Standard. We have a bunch of deck lists from that tournament. Long 2-day tournament, so lots of data, lots of win rates. And MARDU midrange was one of the top decks at the end of day 2. And here is the version the player used. I made some slight adjustments that I thought would be appropriate. I checked over the mana base, made some adjustments there, removed some of the tap lands. And in the main deck, they only played 3 Fable of the Mirror Breaker, for example. Yeah, I made it 4 Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We're not crazy here. I cut a Tenacious Underdog and a Rite of Oblivion for a Trespasser, number 4, and a Fable. Yeah, so this deck is basically Rakdos midrange, right? But it splashes for 2 interesting cards. Wedding Announcement and Rite of Oblivion. So Wedding Announcement is really, really strong in all these black mid-range matchups, right? It's just a 2-for-1 card. It's really good. So it's one of the draws right now to be in white, essentially. And then Rite of Oblivion is an interesting one. We have Tenacious Underdog, Bloodtithe Harvester. Bloodtithe Harvester brings a blood token. Fable obviously brings more stuff, especially if you get to attack for the 2, you get a treasure token. Wedding Announcement makes multiple tokens. So Rite of Oblivion, being a 2-mana exile anything with flashback, could be really good. I must say I haven't played much with the card lately. I tried it in an Orzhov Control Shell. It wasn't that amazing. But here with Fable and Bloodtithe Harvester, you have even more things that make like multiple permanents. So I could see it being really strong. And I mean, if you look at the meta game, it's mid-range against each other, and everybody's playing a cruelty of gigs and planeswalkers. Having a removal that you can flash back, that you basically use twice to just get rid of anything, is quite powerful. And you can also discard it into Fable of the Mirror Breaker for some value, right? Flashback. So yeah, and otherwise, I mean, this is a pretty straightforward Rakdos midrange deck in a way. It's Sheoldred, the Apocalypse. I think 3 copies should be the norm. Right now at least. Like, this card is just ridiculous. It's also the reason why I'm happy playing 4 Infernal Grasp these days, because you just gotta kill Sheoldred. You gotta have, yeah, remove the Sheoldred. And this player also agrees, plays 4 Infernal Grasp, no Voltage Surge, no cut downs, just focusing on the mid-range matchups, ignoring aggro a little bit, and then post-board you have some cheaper removal you can bring in against aggressive decks, in case you don't want to hurt yourself to death with Infernal Grasp. We got some Sorins here, gaining some life, drawing some cards, just a good card in general. Lots of tokens. Always like to have Wedding Announcement and Sorin in the same deck. 3/4 flying lifelink with Sorin, that's just, oof, that's tough to beat. Those stat lines really good, at least in previous format. And here to top it all off, why not 2 Invoke Despair? I mean, this card is just phenomenal in these mid-range fights. Really good. Honestly, the more I think about it, come on, let's just cut this Burn Down the House and add another Invoke Despair. Let's go. Burn Down the House, a bit difficult to cast anyways. This deck is very black-centered, just splashing for red and white. Sideboard, we got for Duress. Destroy Evil. It's a card that's been picking up lately. I don't really quite get it yet, what's so good about it. I guess it destroys like Fable and Sheoldred. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna see how it feels. I'm gonna question myself during sideboarding if I want it here and there. But like, one really curious thing is, in the Japan Open, there was someone who played 4 in the main deck, and they went really deep, like some ridiculous amount of match wins with Esper midrange 4 in the main deck. I was like, what? So maybe there's something to it. Who knows? Yeah, we got Parasitic Grasp, some life gain against aggressive decks, and then we got Flameless Bolt, Reckoner Bankbuster, Liliana of the Veil. Just solid against random creature decks, and then against control decks you can bring in. I mean, Liliana is a bit of a weird sideboard card because it's technically like a really good main deck card because it's so flexible. So if you want it, you'd rather have it in the main deck. But I'm just gonna go with this for now. I'm not gonna make too many more, decisions on like what not to do or what to do. This player was very successful. So there's something about it. No, I did not want to click on that. I want to go on the ladder. Yeah, I've been also very happy with Grixis these days. I think right now, if you would have to ask me, like, what's the best, or what I would play in a tournament, I'd say Grixis. Yeah, I think Grixis would be my favorite right now. The Jund Reanimator deck I did a video on a couple of days ago, also really good. Wouldn't hate to, like, that deck I would also recommend to anyone. But yeah, the Japan Open really showed it's just a mid-range world. It's just how it is. There's it's crazy. It's just all these various mid-range builds battling it out against each other. There was barely any control, barely any aggressive decks. Yeah. So in the end, just find the best mid-range deck. And maybe it's MARDU. Wedding Announcement, Rite of Oblivion, very appealing cards. Some of you might ask, hey, why is there no Serra Paragon? It's probably good, but the deck is very low on white sources, so double white is a bit difficult. So yeah, I was hesitant to include it. We also do not have Liliana of the Veil, which is a nice card with the Paragon. If you have a MARDU version with Liliana, instead of maybe like Graveyard Trespasser, or even Wedding Announcement, I guess, I could see Paragons for sure, or at least see trying it. Playing against Riveteer's Outlook into Double Swamp, interesting. Get rid of that. I think I'm just gonna flashback this Underdog here. I should have played the Sanctum, that was... yeah, anyways. Going deep in the tank, apparently. Riveteer's Overlook makes me think they're on Soul of Windgrace Jund. With all the underdogs running around these days, Graveyard Trespasser just becomes kind of important in these black mid-range fights. You could play something like Flame Blast Bolt as well to get rid of underdog. Not unreasonable, but it's a bit narrow. It's like Trespasser is always Trespasser, you know. It's always gonna be fine. All right, now we also made their Soul of Windgrace pretty mediocre. We just exiled both their lands. Yeah. These basic lands do look very nice. Yeah, I'll just continue this. All right. Underdog is sort of the replacement for manlands. That is unfortunate. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, let's just play Sheoldred. And then probably like Infernal Grasp, discarding Underdog. Yeah, this card is format warping a bit because it's so powerful. You just gotta have removal for it. When I started playing this format and I just lost games to Sheoldred. It's just so annoying. It's just so strong. You gotta have it kills so quickly. When you're playing a blue deck and you like have card draw, or I don't know, it becomes even more annoying. Yeah. Alright, sure. It getting exiled is a bit annoying, but it's okay. I have the Takenuma, I wanted to return it. I think I'm just gonna play my Takenuma here. Just make my land drops. Alright. Ooh. Everybody's rocking the Invoke. Sheoldred and Underdog are lethal together. Alright. Also Sheoldred quite nice with Underdog. Gaining you the life back that you paid. Cool. Like me Invoke. I like me Bankbuster. Eddie isn't too bad. Although Eddie just gets exiled, I guess. Here Destroy Evil probably good. And then couple Duress. Not sure on the Harvester necessarily, but it's a bit... Just, you know, it just gets killed. It's a fine card. I feel like Liliana is kind of good against my opponent. They don't have many small creatures, right? Sorin is certainly quite good against this Junt deck. Been running into these Junt decks that have just a bunch of removal. And Sorin is very nice there. Yeah, that's why I do rest turn 1, because the card I thought about was Bankbuster. Yeah, Xander's Launch is just in here as a red-black duel. Interesting. Just gonna minus. Okay.
Sacrifices must be made.
Huh. Should we just play Sheoldred? I have plenty of cards in my hand I can discard. It's a lot of lands. Could attack with 1/1 to draw a card, but then they can just sack this away, so no. I guess what they can do, no, well, no, I guess not. Okay, well, we'll see. Yeah, Liliana didn't do much here. Okay, so if I block the Sheoldred, they can -4/-4. That's the plan here, I guess. With the Meathook. Yeah, it's a good one. I need to put a stop in the upkeep so they don't pain me for 2. Not that big of a deal, I guess, but it's a bit annoying. So if they play a land, then they have they can Meathook for 6. Okay. All right, then they can kill my Sheoldred. I was just wondering if I want to go all face. If they Meathook, they're gonna gain 2 life back. I hit them down for 7, 11, 13 with the 2 here from the drain of the draw. Go to 3, go up to 5, and then this underdog doesn't kill them. Puts them to 1. Then they gain a life back, go up to 2. Then I can Takenuma, return my Sheoldred, kill them. Just wonder if I want to deal this 2 or not. They really seem to like both their cards in hand. So I don't think this Lily is going to do anything this game. I might regret it, but I'm going to go with this for now. Yeah, that's pretty good. I need to find a removal. Okay, so if I play Lily, they're just gonna sack the Rhino. Yeah, I gotta draw something here. Dudum. Dudum. Okay. Too many lands. Okay, they play multiple Bankbuster. Guess this MARDU list is a bit vulnerable to Meathook Massacre. The more Planeswalkers you have, the less vulnerable you are there. It's just like an inherent thing about Wedding Announcement. It's not that good against Meathooks. Not drawing Fable and drawing Fable, the difference is so huge. Big score. Big score. Yeah, like, I think the card is definitely ban-worthy. The games where you draw it or where you don't draw it, it's a huge, it's like, it's too good. It's way too good. If I have a Fable here on turn 3, I'm like infinitely far. Okay, there it is. Talking about the devil. Titan of Industry is certainly also kind of good against this MARDU deck. So if I look at this matchup in particular, Jund versus MARDU, or versus this deck that I have here in front of me, doesn't feel good for MARDU, honestly. No, not at all. And I mean, that's what I call Jund. Jund is sort of that Trump mid-range deck with the best high end, the best quality of cards at the end. So no wonder that it's beating the other mid-range decks that are like a little lower to the ground. Okie dokie. Just Infernal Grasp that, I guess. Looks like they're waiting with the Meathook here. Until I have the Kiki out as well. Or not. No land drop. And my opponent has Tier Sunder? No. Okay. I like that. Oh, damn. Tavulas Handmaster. What do I do? What do I do? Just invoking here seems a bit lame. I think I want an underdog plus Sheoldred. Okay. Oh, that's brutal. Wow. Okay. Wow. Crazy. Kept both in hand. Okay. So this would mean I go to 2 life and die. This would mean I go to 3 life. And sack a guy, kill the Sheoldred. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, their draw was really good at the end here. They had it all. Meathook was like a crucial part of the equation, gained a lot of life this game. I should have cast this first, I guess. But yeah, now I'm just dead to the sack. Alright. No way I get out of this game. I was dead. I was dead. crazy. Yeah. I mean, this deck that I'm playing here, MARDU. It's essentially Rakdos midrange, right? Rakdos midrange with a white splash. And just like Rakdos midrange and mono black midrange, it suffers from being too midrangey, I guess. Just from being a bit too fair. That sort of would be my read right now. But maybe I just didn't draw as well, or maybe I could have sideboarded better. Maybe I needed to keep more Meathooks in my deck. They would have been important. But I was... After game 1, I saw their deck and how they played, and it didn't look like Meathook would have been that good. Obviously, Meathook's always, like, fine, but imagine I have a board position, I have Meathook in my hand, it's not that great. Well, in any case, we got beaten by Junt. It did have a better late game. Although, the green cards, yeah, Titan, Tovula, Workshop War Chief, they just go a bit more over the top. Soul of Windgrace is a nice mid-range threat. So no wonder we lost. And that's just a thing with Rakdos and mono black midrange. They might be more linear, they might be better in a vacuum against, for example, control decks or aggressive decks especially. But the Junt deck, it just goes more over the top and therefore beats these other midrange decks. And when building a midrange deck, you want to find ways to not make it bad against Meathook. I think this deck that I'm playing right now is a bit... It's not that great against Meathook, let's say. No, just this. This looks like an air tie. Oh, okay. That's fair. Two cards left. Oh, Spell Pierce. Usually control is good in a mid-range environment. Usually. But these mid-range decks, they're just so packed with nice, cheap 2-for-1s. It's difficult for control. Sweepers help. Farewell helps, of course. I mean, I'm gonna work on control, of course, but I haven't found the sauce yet, let's say. Banky boy. Underdog is performing greatly today. Corpse Appraiser, alright. One underdog down. So many cut downs. Certainly cutting the Harvester here against all these cut downs. I don't hate Liliana again in this matchup. Duress. Also not that bad. Just what do you cut? Infernal Grasp? That is the question. Maybe go with 2 Duress on a draw and then on a play up, put in 2 Lilies, something like that. Want to be more proactive on the play. Just thinking about these games, Sorin really would be nice. Card draw engine, difficult to kill. Everybody's playing like Infernal Grasp now. Or cut downs. Maybe there's a soul transfer here and there, but there are not many. And actually soul transfer is actually perfect for this deck. Right. This MARDU deck should play soul transfer. You have Fable and Wedding Announcement. And then you have Bloodtithe Harvester and the treasures from Fable. Yeah. Huh. I wonder if that's just better than Rite of Oblivion. Interesting. I think I'll just Meathook. They probably played a Harvest. No, well, they can't, I guess. Oh, they have Spell Pierce? Okay. Alright. Hmm. Yep, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Would have to pain me. Yeah, I think it's worth keeping a Takenuma in hand. I mean, I'm at a totally fine life total. Would have been sick if they would have drawn into Spell Pierce there. I take the Harvester. I don't know. Negate, Bankbuster, Fable. I'm playing against blue, black. They can usually mess with creatures and spells from their graveyard. Hmm. Okay.
You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
Okay. Interesting, interesting. And this format is so... Well, my brain is just rattling. Like, maybe... I've just been thinking about Mono Black, Midrange. Then the newest builds that have like Evolved Sleeper and Tenacious Underdog. Graveyard Trespasser and Invoke Despairs and Sorins and Sheoldreds. Maybe you can... Like, that deck is just so rock solid. It can be down, it can be sort of fast. But you can also really play the long game with Bankbuster, Sorin, Despair especially, right? I wonder if you can build it in a way where you can beat the junt stuff, like go over the top mid-range stuff. Maybe, I don't know, like more graveyard hate and then more discard. Something like Go Blank would be excellent. Yeah, this hand is lackluster. This means I will have a permanent for the right, and I get to kill their essentially 2-2. You see the counter. So I think the Meathook is there. Pretty good. Can the Harvester go all the way? Yeah. Playing against Junt again. Not very nice. That was a good draw though. Maybe a sign of missing land drops. Or something missing at least. I will offer the trade for my 1-1 if they want to take it. They don't. This is exactly the reason why I used the Rite of Oblivion on the... Yeah, so I could keep up the Infernal Grasp and then destroy something at instant speed. Okie dokie. Attack for 4, then Sheoldred. Seems pretty good. Go to 6. Can I beat this Titan? So I killed the Titan with Rite of Oblivion. They will just crew the Bankbuster. I can't really attack, can I? But I play a lot of basics. Hmm. So if I attack with the Goblin, if they have a land in hand, they're gonna go up to 7. But like if I attack with the Goblin, I certainly have lethal if they don't have anything. So I can just yeah. Play my Harvester, sack the other Harvester. They go to 2 and then Sheoldred will kill them in their turn. But if they have life gain, they have life gain. Alright. I will do this. Okay, I guess that means they didn't have anything. Okay. Okay. Where to go from here? I don't like Invoke that much here because they have various random enchantments for all the Sagas. So it doesn't hit like the Cruelty of Gix. I think I need the Duress. I mean, again, this Junt deck is a tough one to beat. It has all the tools for these mid-range fights. You kind of want to go under it, but I mean, it worked this game, right? We like aggroed them out with still 2 spells in hand, likely. But yeah, it's not easy. They definitely fight well. Not exiling the Overlook, obviously, because they have Soul of Ingrace here. I guess I could have played my Trespasser and exiled the Overlook. Yeah, I guess I could have done that. I kind of, yeah, maybe I should have. Getting Fable out is very good too, of course. Four cards in hand. Could just do Duress and Trespasser and that's it. Don't attack. Or I could attack and then Invoke Despair. But they can crew the Hearse in response to Invoke Despair. Probably just need to do this and wait a turn on that. They have another soul. Alright. Well, I'm pretty happy how this went. And they can discard the forest into the soul and then draw a card, attack me. Somewhat annoying. If they would have done that, like draw one here and then okay. I would just taken it and then attack back for a bunch of damage. And just raise them. Because I can raise this 5/4. Oh. Okay. Should I Duress? I guess so. Like, we had a stage in the game where I have lethal next turn. They need more, and this game is gonna go quick, so I could keep the Duress in my hand to discard into the second chapter of Fable, for example. But I think that because this game is going fairly fast, I just want to make sure that they don't have a Meathook or something. Get to see the hand, and then... Like this turn, if they just play a Soul, they are dead. I attack Meathook game. So... I'm not thinking about the long game here. In a different environment, with no board state, and just knowing that they have one unknown card there, I might keep the Duress to have a card later to ditch to Fable. To get that extra card advantage. But here, game goes fast. Okay, that's also lethal, because, yeah. It's 5 damage plus Meathook. They will likely exile in response, or not. That's fine too. And boom. Okay, I mean, I'm beating this Junt deck. It drew a little awkwardly. It's, yeah, I don't know. Hers wasn't necessarily the best sideboard card against my deck. Game 1 was close. Game 2 was a little weird. We had the Fable, they didn't. That's what it comes down to sometimes. I'm not convinced that this MARDU version is like the thing. No, I think the white stuff is, like, my verdict on it is that the white stuff, the white wedding announcement, Rite of Oblivion, just not good enough to warrant that splash, to make the mana base. It's, you can work with this mana base, it's fine, but I think being either Rakdos or just completely mono black is already plenty. You don't need these cards, and wedding announcement is good, but it's not this like boom, win the game type of card. I think Fable of the Mirror Break is much stronger. Graveyard Trespasser right now is really strong as well. And then we have Corpse Appraiser in Grixis, which I believe is after the Fable is like the best free drop in this metagame right now. Yeah. Would be interesting to just talk about the free drops, the various free drops you could play. Anyways, I think I might try Rakdos midrange in the future, or again the mono black deck. I like the Evolved Sleeper card that every mono black list is playing. I think Rakdos could just easily play it as well. It gives you aggression, it gives you a creature that's good in the late game as well. So that's just really neat to have in one card. And yeah, Rakdos midrange with Fable and Bloodtithe Harvester, maybe Squee and Abrades, etc. Just a mono black deck with a light red splash, I think, is a really solid choice as well. And then you got to find a way to deal with the Junt matchup, to protect yourself against Titan of Industries and the bigger green stuff. Maybe it's Pilfer. It's certainly Graveyard Hate, like Graveyard Trespasser, Unlicensed Hers. Duress helps. Yeah, that is a question I have on my mind for the future. In any case, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like and a subscription if you haven't yet. I would highly appreciate that and would motivate me even more to do more content. So, guys, see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.